There's no new Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives Wednesday, as GOP nominee Jim Jordan failed to get the 217 votes needed to win the gavel in two separate votes.
No person having received a majority of the whole number of votes cast by surname, a Speaker has not been elected.
This marks 2 tumultuous weeks that the House has been without a Speaker, after the ousting of Kevin McCarthy.
Good evening, all.
On Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday morning, Republicans held full House votes to try to elect House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan to Speaker of the House.
I rise today to nominate the gentleman from Ohio, Jim Jordan, as Speaker of the People's House.
The results? In the first vote, Jordan received 200 votes, and in the second, 199. Here's how we got here. On Friday, Steve Scalise withdrew as the nominee, so Republicans held a secret ballot vote and selected Jordan, 124 to 81 votes. But the Ohio Republican was still far short of the 217 votes he'd need to win speakership. And in a follow-up vote asking if members would support Jordan on the floor, 152 reps voted for him and 55 against him. Jordan was feeling good about his chances on Monday. He said he would call for a vote on the House floor whether he had the 217 votes he needed or not.
We'll go to the floor tomorrow. It's not about pressuring anybody, just about we got to have a speaker.
And to win more support, Jordan sent a letter to House Republicans calling for unity and promising to, quote, make sure there are more Republican voices involved in our major decisions beyond the 5 families. So, who are the 5 families? From left to right, the Problem Solvers Caucus, a bipartisan group of mostly moderates, the Republican Governance Group, centrist moderate Republicans, the Republican Main Street Caucus, the ideological center of the families, the Republican Study Committee, now roughly 3/4 of the GOP conference, the Freedom Caucus, which Jordan was the founding chairman of, and is furthest to the right. Republican Ken Buck expressed concerns about Jordan's stance on the January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol.
I also want to make sure that we don't have somebody who was involved in the activities surrounding January 6th.
Jordan.
Some Jordan backers have indicated that by bringing his nomination to the floor and forcing Republicans on the record, Jordan's chances at the gavel would be increased.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people chose to support Jim Jordan when they spent more time with Jim Jordan. He has an exquisite complement of leadership skills, and I think that as folks got to see what he would do to bring our conference together, it gave them greater comfort that he's the right man for the job.
What I would really recommend to Jordan's allies too is a lot of them have mounted this high pressure campaign. They're gonna whip up Twitter against the people who are against Jordan. That is the dumbest way to support Jordan, and I'm supporting Jordan. I'm going to vote for Jordan.
Perhaps playing in Jordan's favor is exasperation with the internal GOP turbulence that is keeping the House paralyzed as war breaks out in Israel and Gaza, as well as the looming government shutdown and the idea of moderate Republicans working with Democrats to exert control over the speakership.
We've been picking up support every day, and so it's been. I feel confident.
After the failed first ballot effort Monday, where Jordan lost 20 GOP votes, the House reconvened Wednesday for a follow-up vote, where Jordan lost 22 GOP votes.
Kelly of Pennsylvania.
Former Speaker of the House, the Honorable John Boehner.
Boehner.
Jordan's first failed bid to secure the speakership has renewed calls for increasing the limited powers of Speaker Pro Tem Patrick McHenry.
The House will come to order.
Representative Mike Kelly, who declined to back Jordan, introduced a resolution Wednesday that would force a vote to elect McHenry as Speaker Pro Tem until the government funding deadline of November 17th, or until a new speaker is elected, giving McHenry more authority than in his current status as an appointee to the role.
With the Speaker Pro Tem, I think both questions should be called. Let's get an answer. We've been at this 2 weeks. The American people deserve to have their government functioning. Let's get an answer to those 2 questions. So 11 o'clock will be a vote for Speaker. I got 90% of the vote yesterday. Got a huge cross-section of our conference from conservatives to people in the middle to more liberal members of it. And so I think that's the best route. But you know what? People are talking about this resolution. I told leadership, call the question.
What do you
Let's find out.